everybody, welcome back. It's Angie Gade with I Feel the Rush. For those of you who haven't been here before, again, my name is Angie Gade. I live in Brillion, Wisconsin with our family of 6. And what we do with I Feel the Rush is we help you to create home decor with things from your outdoor experiences that you can bring inside to help you relive those memories time and time again. Every week, I've been trying to bring to the table new ideas, just something fresh that maybe you haven't thought of before, and to also try to get your brain working on how we can better utilize our harvests. So it might be deer or turkey or fishing, ducks, all sorts of things. So today, I'm outside, as you can see, and we're kind of getting the yard ready. We live in Wisconsin, so we're trying to get the yard ready for the summer. Planted some grass, getting some flowers planted, hoping it doesn't freeze again or we don't get a end of May blizzard or something, but you never know. So today I'm doing something that kind of was off the cuff last night. I was staring at a pile of antlers, wondering what I was going to do with that and what I could show to you guys that would be new and unique and fresh, and I came up with it. Another thing I'm always trying to do for you guys is to try to keep these ideas inexpensive. Things you might have laying around the house that you just want to put to good use. You might have antlers in a box or furs or feathers, you name it. I'm trying to find a way for you guys to use those tonight. You're planting flowers, I know you are. For a lot of you, you probably have a few antlers laying around. The good news is for this project, you can utilize the antlers and then take them off at the end of the summer if you want to utilize them for something else. Sometimes people don't like to use the antlers that they have to screw into them or something like that, but not on this project. All you need is some antlers, a scissors, some wire, which I'm going to show you right here. This is copper wire, but you can use whatever color you like depending on the color decor, the color basket that you're going to use. The only other thing you need is one of those plain wire hanging baskets from Walmart, Shopko. At this time of the year, they're probably $5. That's it. These materials and the wire basket. To save us a little time, hey Mike, thanks for joining us. Nice to meet you. For time savings, because I'm not going to walk you through the whole project, I'm just going to show you one that I worked on and I'm going to kind of explain to you what I did. Now, also, something I have to mention for those of you who haven't stopped in, I try to keep it simple. Put together this fast. We're all busy. I work a full-time job. We're off doing things in the woods. I like to make it fast, so you can pull this off in less than a half hour, trust me. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention you're going to want is moss, my favorite thing. So if you have some land or you go out into the woods, dig down under the leaves, look for some trees that you see some moss growing on, kind of look down deep and find some moss. One tip for the moss, and I'm going to make a video probably someday of how to collect the moss too. Seems like a simple thing, but for this particular project, you're going to want to kind of keep the moss in a chunk. You know, you're going to want to kind of keep it together. You have pieces that kind of pull off like this, but you really would like pieces that are more solid, you know, a bigger piece. Because what I'm going to show you is how you're going to layer this inside your basket. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I have so far. Are you ready? Okay. So, like I said, hey Phil, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us. For those of you who haven't been here before, every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, I'm here showing different projects. Tonight, it's this antler flower basket. Super simple. Like I was saying, you can always utilize these antlers again after the season is over. Oh, let me get my moss out of there. All I did was take some of my antlers, and actually I held it upside down. So this is just that plain wire basket. I put it upside down on a table and I kind of just tinkered around putting different antlers on top of it to see kind of how they might lay nicely. The best part about this project is you can't go wrong. There's literally no way you can mess this up. So start with one, like I started with one on the base, and then I took some of the wire. Now I used silver wire for this because you can see it less, but you use whatever color you want. You could use twine, you can use wire, you could use thicker wire, you could get a little more decorative like that. You could even go crazy and put some beads on here in the wire, but that's a project for a different day. So you're gonna take the wire, take little pieces and just secure your antlers right to the metal on the inside. I'm going to turn it around here. That wire is so small you can't even see it. But my suggestion, oh, I guess you can see it a little right here. My suggestion would be to wire it around the outside and tie it on the inside just so it's not poking around on the outside. And that's it. You really just secure the antlers, you know, maybe 2 or 3 places to help keep them in place, and then get as crazy as you want. So basically you're going to see this because we're going to hang it up from our arbor. You're probably going to see more of this part. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bend you down just a little bit so you can see what I do with the moss in case you want to do that. If you don't want to do moss, my suggestion is either getting those liners from the store. Chances are your basket's probably already going to come with one of the liners. You're going to put your liner in like you regularly do and plant your plants. It's that simple. So literally you could pull off this in, I think I did it in like 15 minutes. So put your hooks on your basket, hang it up, your plants are ready to go. What I'm talking about when I say liner, I'm going to show you this one because I did this one the other day. So I put moss on the inside of this basket, and then here's that liner that I put on the inside. So I laid my moss inside out like I was talking about here. So you put the dirt side in, then you put your liner in the basket, and then you put your dirt and your flowers inside. So this is moss, and this is just all natural. It's real. Got it out of the woods. Like I said, I'm trying to collect it more in sheets because when you lay it inside here, if it's in a sheet, it's just, it covers a little more nicely and it doesn't break through here, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put this guy down, and then I'm going to tip the camera down just a little bit so I can explain to you a little bit better about laying the moss in. So bear with me as I tip this camera down. We'll try not to have the whole camera fall over. Okay, here we are. So here's the basket. Here's my moss. Here's some of my moss. And I'll try to explain to you what I do here. So as you can see, this moss is in like a sheet. This one actually I pulled off of a rock. So if you're careful and you take a knife, you can kind of chisel it around the rock and then peel it off and roll it up like this. So in order to see the moss on the outside, you're going to want to lay it flat. And then I'm basically just going to try to do that all the way around the inside of here. So we're going to see if I can pull this off and show it to you when I'm done. Can you see my big pile of moss here? My goodness. If you can see it right here. So I have all sorts of different kind of moss. Now I talk about moss like it's the love of my life because quite honestly it is. I love it. I try to use it wherever I can because I think it reminds me of being out in nature. It just reminds me of all my outdoor adventures that we go on. And ooh, here's a big chunk. And I don't worry about all the little pieces that are in there. I just put that all right in there because it gives it that, you know, really natural look. It's very natural. Here's another nice big chunk. So I kind of just try to lay it in the basket as best as I can, as flat as I can. Got some more. I got a lot. So I'm going to line it all the way around the outsides. And if you put a few chunks in there and they fall out, it's okay. You can always add them in after. And actually, when I put my liner in, you can kind of touch it up and shove some more moss in there. You needed some bigger chunks here. And it depends on your basket. If you find a basket that doesn't have quite such big holes, then you don't need those big chunks as much. But in this case, I have some big holes on my basket. So I'm trying to line it as best as I can. Got a lot of moss here, a lot of chunks. Okay. I'm actually just going to toss some of this stuff in the bottom. This is going to look awesome. I'm so excited. Okay. Oh! Okay, I got too excited. My camera fell off. Bear with me. Bear with me, people. I didn't lose you. I'm still here. These cameras don't always cooperate. Okay, I'm going to set you back up because this guy doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so here is the basket with the moss around the edges. Like I mentioned, some of these holes on the side are pretty big, like there's a big gap, but you know what, I'm just gonna leave that the way it is. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just gonna leave that. And then because I didn't have a liner for this basket, I hope I don't drop you again, I found a piece of burlap downstairs, and I'm going to take this. I'm actually going to cut this section off. Again, this is the great part, folks. Don't waste your time trying to make it perfect. Just, all I'm doing is taking parts of this burlap because I don't have a circular burlap. This burlap is rectangular. It's just an extra chunk from another project. So I'm dropping moss in my lap. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these scissors, safety. I'm going to cut these into smaller pieces, and then I'm lining the inside of my basket. And basically I'm just doing this because when I put the dirt inside my basket, I don't want it falling all over the place. Alright, so I'm putting my burlap liner in there. So for those of you who can't see, so I put the burlap on the inside, and then that's where I'm going to put my dirt. So I'm going to hold this back just a little bit. Now, I'll take some pictures after, and I'm going to put some flowers in here so you can get the full effect. But can you see the moss on the inside? So basically from the underside, I'm going to try to turn this if I can. From the underside, because it's going to be hanging up in our arbor, you're going to see the moss through the antlers, and then on the top it's going to have flowers in it. So from the underside, I'm going to see these beautiful antlers. And even though it's the summertime, so deer hunting is not for quite some time, all summer long we can look at this and just remember how much we love deer hunting season, or shed hunting, which quite honestly is going on all the time for us. And it's just a great keepsake. You know, it just really reminds us of all of those awesome outdoor adventures we have, whether it's the summer, fall, or winter, depending on where you live. You're probably out there all year long. So you can hang this up in your garden, outside your window. Maybe you could even make this into a tabletop garden. Actually, that's a great idea too. If somebody does that, please send me a picture. I might just do that with this one right here. Keeping in mind, if you're using natural moss, that again, like anything else, there's little critters in there, so you're going to want to spray it with some bug deterrent or something like that. Or if it's going outside and it's hanging, don't even worry about it. So that's that. A little bit of my moss is falling, but you'll have that as it settles in. Once you put the dirt in there, you'll have a little bit of settling, and then tuck the moss back in. Go get some more moss and fill in the spots that you missed the first time, or maybe you didn't have the right pieces. That's what I'm going to do. So that is the project for the evening. If you do this, please send me some pictures. I'm anxious to see what you guys use. You got moose antlers, elk. You could go bigger. You could do something really wild and go bigger with this too. But these were just a few of them that we had laying around. So for those of you who haven't been here before, if you have any suggestions of items that you just don't know what to do with, you have some hides, you have things laying around the house and you'd like some ideas, send those to me. Private message in the comments below. We're always looking for creative ideas to show you guys projects to share with the community, because really that's just what this is. It's a community of people who love the outdoors, and we're looking for ways to better utilize our harvests. So this is what we have here for today. Please join us again next Thursday night and see what kind of memory decor we are creating at that time. If you enjoyed this and you think your friends might enjoy it, please share it. Or if you want to use it later for an idea, share it so you remember where it is. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram. Check out our website, ifeeltherush.com. And if you're in the Green Bay area and you're looking for some ideas for presentations, send me a message. We would love to help you guys out. Good luck with all your projects. Thank you for joining me, and you guys have an awesome night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.